Well, hello there. Come on in. I'm Chris Brown. I'm your humble chimney sweep. I was just going over your chimney inspection report, but now that you're here, make yourself comfortable. Let's go over it together, shall we? Okay, now let's take a look at the inspection report and see how it reads out. This is a generic report. This is exactly what you will get, only your information obviously will be filled into all these blanks. The upper right hand corner of the report is the legend. Each one of these initials pertain to something. A is consistent with the age of the chimney. B, see comments below. C, repairs needed. D, need further evaluation. Or E, not applicable. And they're placed into the boxes next to the parts of the chimney that can be easily identified in this diagram. And then, of course, you'll find my comments here below. Now, let's take a look at your personal report. So stay with me. Hey, Amanda, it was great to see you meet with your fiance and your dad. And very nice guy, by the way, your dad. I would listen to him. Seems like a pretty knowledgeable guy. Plus, he comes from Gastonia, where everyone knows that Gastonia has great ice cream and good barbecue. Hey, let's take a look at your house. Let's talk about your house. Beautiful open wood burning fireplace. Hey, some of these mortar joints in the back wall of the firebox area is soft. You can just run your finger across them and the mortar drops out. Bricks are not loose, so a little touch-up work in there with some refractory cement. And also in the upper profile area. This is the area just behind the marble, and it leads right up under the wood mantle here, so that needs to be repaired. Damper's working well. It's a side loader, what we call a side loader, opens and shuts on the right hand side. We went up in the attic. Actually, this is the crawl space. We're looking here at the hearth extension. The hearth extension is the part of the fireplace that extends into the room. So we're looking for the support underneath there, and that's looking good. Up in the attic, mixture of clearances here. This one is proper. This one is a little shallow. In other words, there's less than 2 inches of clearance between the masonry and the wood. You couldn't get away with that in today's construction, but back when the house was built, it was pretty standard practice, and it's not causing you any problems at all. It's a non-issue. Just pointing it out to you. Hey, we looked in the flue system, though. This is a whole different matter. There's every 2 feet there's a flue joint. Your chimney is built traditionally with 8 by 13 flue sections, 2 foot in length, one stacked upon another. Supposed to be cemented, just like the mortar between a brick. The only difference is when you're laying up a brick wall, the only difference is this needs to be refractory cement. It's a heat-tempered mortar. It's got fire clay in it. There was no mortar in here ever. The original mason just couldn't care less. And not only couldn't he care less, he put broken flue sections in there. So you can see that. And at every joint, it looks just like that. So, and these are further down views of the same thing. So what needs to be done here, if you're going to use it for wood burning or vented gas logs, remember vented gas logs produce carbon soot, carbon monoxide, wood burning, smoke, carbon monoxide. It needs to be repaired, and I've given you a price on doing that. On the other hand, if you choose vent-free gas logs, which produce no carbon soot and no carbon monoxide, then you're perfectly safe to use it without making that repair. Up on top, pretty typical Charlotte construction. Got a lot of cracks up here in the concrete crown. Been here for a long time, I'm sure. Moisture is definitely getting down into the body of the chimney. That's something that should be repaired. No chimney caps, but remember, chimney caps are not code required in the state of North Carolina. However, it is a good idea to keep the water, the birds, the squirrels, and the raccoons out of your chimney, so chimney caps are certainly advised. Smoke chamber area between the damper and where the flue system starts up. A lot of creosote in here. Creosote is what fuels chimney fires, just unburnt sap from incomplete combustion. This is my little scare picture on the right hand side. This says, hey, we need to get that flue system fixed if we're going to use it for wood or vented gas logs. Here's a system that we use. It's a slip form that's pulled up and fills all these whoop-de-doos, these little cracks and crevices with refractory cement. So you have questions for me, give me a call, 704 526 6348. You can text me on that number if that's more convenient for you. Email me at chris@affordablesweep.com. Thanks.